Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Anna from Astro Lady Tarot. Welcome to the first official installment of Don't Show Me Decks, Show Me How You Practice. You're on. As you can see, maybe, I don't know, this isn't at all my normal standard surroundings for making a video. I'm doing this as I am still in Corsica at this point. I have no idea when this video will be up, maybe somewhere in the fall, but here we are. I am filming this as a storm is brewing over the village that I am at, and well, you guys can't see my camera is positioned on the bed, so that's the shaking. I just explain things, and also the sound isn't going to be as good because the mic is on the camera, but here we are. Okay guys, I am fairly limited as I am here for a week for holidays. I did bring 3 decks: Crow's Magic Tarot, Magical Guidance Cards, which is my deck, and then Untamed Spirits Animal Oracle. All good choices, all right? None of that traditional tarot, though. Guess it's not what I needed. I did also bring my journal. Basically, don't leave the house without it, as you guys probably know. And I am currently reading Changeling by Aidan Wachter. I really love his style. It feels like he's just so likable, even in writing. So I think that's really cool. And one of the things that I do in my practice, not just with these types of books, also with novels, you know, where there's a fictional story, for instance, sometimes I pause and I pause at a question that's either in the book, on the page, actually written there, or a question that pops up in my mind where I think of the fictional character going through something or having a thought or reacting in a certain way, and then I think, wait, how would I react? What would I do? You know? And where does it align and where does it not align? Where is the disconnect? And what can I learn from this? Because you don't only need to read, I'm not trying to say that this is a self-help book, but truly this type of magic is very self-help based. Love it, by the way. Very much shadow work, ego work type thing. But in my experience, you learn as much from fictional novels as you do from self-help books. I mean, about yourself, about your life. It's just, it's what reading does. All right? So, Changeling, A Book of Qualities, I do highly recommend his work. And at the end of every, basically 2 pages like this, at the end of every chapter, they're very short, he poses questions. So first there's practice. This, at the beginning of the book still, use this charm by speaking into it, into a small candle 3 times. You know, he's doing all these sort of formulas and potions and stuff like that. It's really cool. Most of his work is very on the mental plane, astral plane, which works for many people. You know, it's not very ingredient based. Like, for instance, Kate Something's work of Blood and Bones, which is the book I read before this one. I also really love, you know, very ingredient dense work, because then I feel the magical practice, it works on different levels. You really build up the energy. His work is also about building up energy, but it's you just use less physical stuff. And if you do, it's all things that you've made. Yeah, I mean, that's the main difference that I can talk about right now, because this video is not about that. This video is about the questions at the end of this chapter. For instance, here, these are amazing tarot questions. What can you let go of now that you needed in the past? So you see already there, oh guys, it's so good because we often ask the questions to the cards. What can you let go of now? Right? But what you needed in the past. So this question, it really shows that it wasn't always unnecessary. It wasn't always draining your energy. It wasn't always bad. it affirms, it acknowledges, and it admits also that you truly did need this energy or this thing in the past, right? What takes up space in your life that does more harm than good? Okay, so there's more, but let's start with those two. What can you let go of now that you needed in the past? Using my tiny crow's magic, maybe this reading will apply to you, but this is not a pick a card reading or anything like that. It's just not even for the collective, but I mean, you never know, right? So, what can you let go of now that you needed in the past? One of my favorite cards, Strength. Here we see half man, half woman, half man, half beast. Yeah, with the head of a tiger here, and then snake on the arm. Strength, endurance, and fortitude. So, I see this not just as muscle strength, obviously, and strength is mostly about, it's a very shadowy card in my experience. It's about full self-acceptance, and that is what makes someone strong. It's accepting also that you are soft, because softness is not weakness. Softness and being open in the heart area and being, taking the chance to love, because that's very scary. That is part of the true strength of what it takes to be a full human being, you know? And then what you can let go of when you get this card, I think, well, let's first address the fear that's around just that. But also I think it's the facade, right? I would read this card. It's actually, I see it as a very positive card. It's very complex as well. But I would say that it's the understanding of what it actually takes to be this kind of strong. The understanding also of what strength is in itself. Because understanding that, it changes throughout the years, When you're a kid, what it means to be strong, it means you can run really fast, and you can jump really high, and you can throw the ball really far away. That's what strength is, right? Or superhero strength. And then in teenage years, I'd say strength then sort of changes a little bit. You also get into the mental load and what it means to be mentally strong as well, and that type of endurance, right? And then as a young adult, and then later on in life as well, the strength, it starts to get a more psychological meaning and layer. And actually, when we're talking strength, we're also talking love. So I'd say the main thing here, it's about a different, more negative self-perception. And I'm also obviously tapping into what my personal reading about myself was about today, which was very much about accepting the past, my past, owning my own past as mine, and what that truly means. Because layered in there is for sure, without a doubt, self-love, self-acceptance, and how I can accept my past. Not, it's not about ignoring, that won't help anything. It's also not about being ashamed about what happened or how I reacted at the time. It truly, what owning it, what being strong now means is to say, that happened, that mistake is mine, I own it as mine. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't exist and it never happened. But the core of the reason why that even happened in the first place is because back then there was no self-love, no self-respect, no self-acceptance. Yeah, there was self-sabotage. There was even self-hate at times. There was confusion, misunderstanding, and also kind of even at some point a self-punishment of where you don't care about yourself enough to realize that there's consequences to your actions that are probably going to haunt you and follow you for the rest of your life. At that point in time, your brain is not developed enough to understand that that self-sabotage is harming you, right? And I mean, you do understand it, but it's harming your future self. So I'd say this card, I love this card. It's about tapping into all of those layers, right? It's about seeing all of those different moods and areas that you can dive deeper into, way deeper than I did just now. But yeah, talking a little bit from self-experience, obviously, that's what you do, from human to human. And I think it's definitely a good thing if we all realize that our past is ours, right? It's not ours now, but it is ours. That's probably also how we got where we are now. And in a way, it's about accepting the self, also accepting the fact that we did go through all those things. That's all a path to where we are now, taking us where we are now. That's part of the lemniscate that is in the strength card. It's a cycle. You're not going to be this developed person, aware person, if you didn't go through those things. Obviously, there's no way of knowing, but the fact is, we are this way now, and there's no denying the past, so there has to be a correlation there. You get what I mean? I'm rambling now. Okay, next question. What takes up space in your life that does more harm than good? Tough question. Let's see. Two of Cups. Wow, Two of Cups. So Cups is about feelings, love, relationship, and it's a low number, right? We're still in the beginning, very much in the beginning. And this actually is a very abstract card, but the booklet explains that these are beaks of birds. Partner and nexus. What takes up space in your life that does more harm than good? I see always comparing yourself to others. I also see always, what's it called? Like checking in with the other person, whoever that is, just the person in close proximity of you, before making your own decision or even forming your own opinion or even forming your own thought. Always seeking approval. This behavior stops us from developing ourselves as full, capable human beings, full adults who are, I'm trying to say a word, I can't remember it, I'll put it in the screen. In Dutch, it's zelfstandig. Because you see, I kind of, I must admit, I do believe in soulmates. I think it's also a beautiful concept. Maybe I want to believe in soulmates. You know, it's about romanticizing life sometimes to enjoy it a little bit more. I've always been a dreamer, all right? Fanning myself with tarot card. How iconic. I know, I know. Anyway, look, guys. Also, just a side note, I looked fabulous yesterday. You're dealing with this, I'm very sorry. It's just the way it is, all right? It's not a freaking beauty channel. Look, what I'm trying to say is the soulmates thing and twin flames, whatever you believe in, it's nice. It's a nice concept to a certain extent, but also it would do so much good all around for everyone to realize that they don't need someone else to complete them. We are all, as individuals, complete. And yes, we need community. Yes, we need connection. Yes, we need friendship. You know, most of us need romantic relationships. We need family, etc. You know, it's different in all cases, but still, we crave connection. We need connection. And I feel what comes up with this card, with this question, what takes up space in your life that does more harm than good, it's not even always comparing, but it's always about, it's about insecurities. That's where it comes from for me. When I look at this card, it's always making sure to know, to find out what the other person thinks about this, or, what their opinion is, as I said, before forming your own. Storm is starting. Before expressing yourself, it brings up a lot of people pleasing. Because a lot of us still do this, right? When you're with this person, you agree with them. When you're with that person, you agree with them. And they can be on the end of the spectrum. And at some level, hopefully, how you feel about the subject matter. But it's then uncomfortable to be your own true self and to stand by what your feelings are, what your thoughts are, what your experience is, what you've heard, what your facts are, right? So this card, to me, with this question, it's about standing on your own 2 feet, taking that responsibility. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, you have responsibility in your life, right? You are an individual. Again, this is very much about owning up to that. Don't make too many concessions about who you are. And if you don't know, that's also fine. But then go through that not knowing, don't copy others. Human experience isn't about copy paste. Human experience is about carving your own path, etc., etc., right? I feel like with these 2 answers, with both of these cards so far, I'm going to do one more. I'm just barely even scratching the surface. This is all good journaling stuff. Okay, let's see. Which question are we going to answer using tarot? What beliefs do you hold about yourself that were only true at an earlier time and aren't valid now? Gorgeous question. What emotions have the most power over your life? What habits do you keep that bring you down? Oof. What are the primary distractions that you turn to instead of working towards the positive changes in your life? Yeah, good one. And what supports do you need to help you let go of these things? Wow, that's a full tarot spread right there. You know what? I really liked the what habits do you keep that bring you down? Oh, the Queen of Wands? No. Oh, the keywords here are theorize and calculate. That's not really how I see the Queen of Wands, although she has that manipulative factor, which does not come from people pleasing, because in case you aren't aware, people pleasing is manipulation. But the Queen of Wands type of manipulation comes from, I want this, and I'm going to get it no matter what, bitch. All right. So she's very sassy, and I love her. The fiery queen. God. The habits that you keep that bring you down. So yeah, having those manipulative tendencies, I would read that in the Queen of Wands. Oh, okay. Queen of Wands is very charismatic, using your looks, your charm to get ahead, or to get something, or to get people to do something, or even to get people to think a certain way about you. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. People pleasing, just only that, people pleasing. To me, a form of manipulation that I've done for years, for sure. If you think about it, people pleasing is manipulating them, the people around you. But then also there's a difference between sharing, your best side and keeping your true colors hidden for a little while, and basically pretending to be someone else, right? And then theorize and calculate. Oh yeah, it all goes in the direction, for me. The habit here that we're talking about can be overanalyzing the room. Because I'm an introvert, I tend to read the room, but also there's the calculating, overanalyzing. Also so basically, again, we're talking about ignoring what you need and what you need to express in order to fit in. And then also theorize, I would take that as the tendency to fill in the blanks, to imagine someone's thoughts about you. Sometimes, right, we have this idea that someone's very judgmental about us or doesn't like us for some reason or another, and they've never actually expressed this. It's just a feeling. Okay, I'll admit, I've been right. But also, sometimes it's anxiety, and it's actually anxiety's here, right? Or at the sternum. But we are not our thoughts, right? I love saying that. It's true. I have a body, I have thoughts, I have feelings, and who I am, it's, who knows, a soul floating around here. But yes, this making up stories in our heads about what other people are thinking or saying behind our backs, which we've never seen any evidence to support that. That is a mental health issue, all right? And it can be big, it can be less significant, but it's an issue that's happening in our own brain. It's how our own brain is wired. And it comes from, well, simply what the brain is like, but mostly also from slight or mid or big trauma in the past, right? Let's just all admit to that. She said with a big smile. Okay. Also, obviously, I would read into the element. What habits do you keep that bring you down? You can look at the element of fire, of, getting burnt out really quickly and giving your all in the first 10 minutes, and then for the rest of the event or whatever it is, you're just completely drained and tired and not yourself. And Queen of Wands is very much about expressing, so this can also, for some people, mean that there's a little bit too much of that, and it's not controlled, right? It's not contained, it's not beneficial to anybody. So this can also be about, and I hate saying it, taking up a little bit too much space, not being enough, not being considerate enough of the people around us. Because Queen of Wands is very much me, me, me. And I can tell you, I need that reminder, which is why I love her. She slays, right? The fierce queen. But yeah, sometimes a little bit more humility is helpful. Guys, don't show me decks, show me how you practice. This is sometimes how I practice, and this is what I do. And again, you can just do this, write down your first thoughts, go through the list of everything that you think corresponds to the card you pulled. But also, it's barely scratched the surface. You could journal on those 3 questions, those 3 cards for days, all right? And unravel different things in your life that are occurring. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did. I hope the sound was alright, and I'm going to drink the rest of my tea on the balcony and enjoy the show that is the storm that's basically here. I'm glad, because at this point my plane leaves tomorrow, so the storm will be today and not tomorrow. I don't really love flying. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. If you want more of this, obviously let me know, because I'm going to ask you to subscribe if your intention is to watch more of my videos and to be here in the comments and to like, etc., because I'm here in the comments. Obviously also check out my Patreon, there's a lot of rambly stuff on there, but it's all deep thoughts, and I talk about magic more than tarot my experiences, etc. And stick around because I'm gonna link a video that I think you will like as well. Either way, these days I tend to post twice a month, so every other week. And guess I'll see you there. Bye.